As an 80s child, I have to say, gamers are living on a prayer. Time after time, GPU prices keep increasing, and gamers have to pay more money. As a working class man, I'm wondering, should I stay or should I go? Nvidia, with my G-Sync display, I thought I was never going to give you up, but it might finally be time to tell Jensen to beat it. Okay, so the intro might be a bit lame, but honestly, I thought it was a good analogy, and it's going to go with my thumbnail. And I thought, with the 80s, it was still a time where people thought the world was going to be a good place. And maybe I was just young and naive back then. But it seems like every year things just get worse and worse. Made worse, of course, right now by the pandemic. But even if there wasn't a pandemic, we'd still have a lot of issues around the world. But anyway, it's probably time to get back to talking about technology and GPUs and gaming. And the video that I'm making today is about the GPU price increases, or the official GPU price increases. So about a week ago, Asus increased their prices of their GPUs and motherboards, and they blamed it on the tariffs from the US government. And we'll also look at that, but that kind of opened the floodgates for other companies to also increase their prices. So this was a couple of days ago on the 13th of January, and Zotac and EVGA have also increased their prices for their GeForce RTX 30 cards. So the first part of this video will really be talking about the price increases now that they're actually official. So yes, there'll be official MSRPs. And we'll look at the Zotac and EVGA and Asus prices, and they're kind of mind-blowing how much a 3080 used to cost. It was $700, and how much they're going to cost now, and they're about $900 if you want to get a 3080. Okay, let's look at Zotac's prices first, and we're just going to look at the 3080 price because there are a few other cards there, and you can pause the video if you want to look at those prices yourself, but we'll take the 3080 as an example, and the base level card is the Trinity card, so that's $840 now. It was $750, so an increase of about $90 there, and an increase of about 12%. And if you want the overclock card or the better card, well, it was $800 before, and now it's $900, so an increase of about 13%. Let's take a look at the EVGA prices now, and there are a lot of prices there, and I recommend you go to the video cards article to check out the table for yourself. But essentially, the base level 3080 would have been the XC3 Gaming, and that retailed for $750 before, although there is a black model there that was supposed to be $730. Now the prices are $819 for the gaming, and the black gaming is $800. So that's probably about the cheapest you're going to get. So the prices for the 3080 will start at $800 now. So we have another card here. It's the For the Win 3 Gaming, and that should be a better bin card than the XC3, which is like the base level card. And the For the Win 3 Gaming, that used to be $790, and now it's $860. So a change of about 9%. Let's take a look at these Asus prices. Now, I did mention this in my previous video on mining, but I didn't really go into much detail there, so we can do that now. So if we take a look at the ROG Strix here, it's now $930. I think before it was about $799 if I'm not mistaken, and so they've added another $130 onto this. And obviously the MSRP is just going to be different everywhere, right? So I guess it doesn't really matter what the older MSRP was. It might not even be $930 by the time you see this at retailers. It could be more than $930. But anyway, the ROG Strix is going to be very expensive. So the TUF, which is like their mid-tier 3080 card, that's $860 now. And previously this card was $699. Now, Asus have already blamed this on Trump's China tariffs, and EVGA and Zotac might do it as well. They haven't said it yet, but Asus blamed it on China's tariffs, and of course many other things as well, like to do with demand and the cost of goods going up. But essentially they wanted to just put this on something that people will agree with the narrative, right? I don't know how useful it is to go into the China tariffs is more social political commentary, but briefly to say, like, they just want to balance the trade deficit between the two countries, because China doesn't buy a lot of goods from the West, and the US buys a lot of goods from China. And the things that China does want to buy are things like businesses and land and property and things that end up making money. And US buys stuff that doesn't end up making money. I don't know. I guess, I mean, even if you buy a video game console, it can end up making money if you go and stream with it, right? And there's another issue there that I've heard other YouTube commentators say. This one is from Kim Iverson. If you haven't checked out her show, make sure to check out her show. She's a great social political commentator. But essentially, she's saying that the laws aren't the same in both countries when you do business. So when the Chinese come to the US, they're able to buy businesses and land and property and things like that, because the US businesses, they end up making money from that if they go and sell a property to a wealthy Chinese business person. But when the US businessmen go to China, the laws are different. So it's very hard to do business in China because there are a lot of restrictions. So they want those restrictions lifted off. They want access to the Chinese market, but China wants to keep that access to themselves. And you can see this because they have a lot of their own apps. They do a lot of their own, I guess, businesses. They don't want, I guess, other people coming in to access their market that they can also make money from. Now, one other question you might have would be, well, if there's a new administration or a new government, will they remove these Trump tariffs? And I would say that this is not coming from Trump, or it's not a partisan issue. This is something that I guess the US businessmen or US oligarchs, if you want to call them that, they want to remove these restrictions from China, or access to China's market. So they're using this as a tool to, I guess, bully or force China to open up their markets. And I think unless they do that, unless they get something out of these tariffs, then the government, the US government, won't be doing anything about these tariffs until they get what they want. Because in effect also, then rather than the money going out to China as well with these tariffs, then more money stays within their economy and more money circulates around their economy, and that's also good for them as well. So there's a twofold benefit to these tariffs for the US. Less money goes out to China, more money stays in their own economy. Okay, so that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, whether it's social or political or anything at all technological, please leave a comment below, and I'll try and answer as many of them as I can. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to click the like button and also to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.